I wonder if this is working, and I wish I could find out. Let's see if I can. I think it's working. Wonder how bad the latency is. Right now I'm just trying to get this to function. This is not gonna go, how you say, well, because I only have one monitor right now. Let's see what I can do. Now I move this bastard, I guess right there. That doesn't show up for me, though. Frustrating. Yemen would be fun, but I'm also really not versed in the region. Let's see. Can I, like... I don't think I can overlay that. Let's see. How can I do this effectively? Nope. Cool. I'm just gonna have to figure this out somehow. Maybe if I make the window smaller? I don't know. The game's also having one hell of a time responding to me. This is me clicking the menu and it doing nothing. I'm trying to get this to function at all. So I don't know how that's gonna go. It's a test of the software and the fact that I don't have two monitors, which makes streaming difficult. Okay. So the volume should probably be, I don't know, like here, maybe? It's hard to get it to capture things, right? Especially when this game is being very not cooperative and stuffing me into a corner. Okay. So that's starting to work, but it won't let me redo this. If it will let me. Okay. Time to do this again. Okay, so that's showing up, but then the chat doesn't show up for me, which is, I guess, unfortunate. Let's see what I can do about that. I didn't really think about how two monitors is like actually important for doing streaming, but here we are. Some idiot part of me was like, oh, you could just like find a way to do that with a cell phone. Not if you're me. I'm not gonna figure that out. Okay. Let's see If I can change this. If I make the resolution worse, I can fit both things on my screen, which is like, I don't know, the worst way to do it, but it's what I have. Okay, now that this is small and weird shaped, maybe it'll let me. Put that here, put this here, put that there, and then move this over just a bit. Yeah, this is a tech support stream objectively. I'm just trying to run with what I've got available right now. And I'm also still sick with a cough, which apparently I get to have for a month every time I get one, because I rolled the frail trait or something. Who knows? Feel like this will be a good position. Maybe if I make the chat a little smaller, we'll see when it plays. I really wish that Paradox would integrate some kind of like unique, or no, some uniform interface where there's always like a physical place you can put the chat, and it would be the same for every game instead of trying to squeeze it in completely different spots all the time, because I have no idea how to do that effectively, like ever. Okay, now let's see what I can do in terms of audio, because I know I keep the music really low normally. Now people can get repetitive tracks into their ears. Okay, let's do this the dumb way. I don't need this. Do I have any other army? No, just these three. Cool. Time to play the really fun game of Mexico while doing nothing. What's a good one to start with for them? Yeah, I'm hoping, because like Victoria 3 is going to be their new thing, right? And like Victoria 2 is really old, so obviously Victoria 2 is not going to have a lot in the ways of streaming, because it predates streaming by a number of years and whatever. But what I'm really hoping for is that, unlike Crusader Kings, which has literally no space for a chat interface or like any room on screen, which is on one hand really cool because it means they've actually managed to like maximize the potential of the entire screen. On another, it's bad. It's just done in a way where you're kind of like stuck kind of moving the chat around or just putting it over stuff. Yeah, this is Victoria 3. I got a free copy, and it's amazing because it's just as good as what you would hope. Oh fuck, I forgot to colonize one of these shits. Well, looks like I'm not going to deny America the entire West Coast. This is the part of the game where you just lose as Mexico. It's really good and cool and fun, and I love it. And America beat me to that too. Oh well. Okay. I'm probably gonna lose prestige, so yeah. Yeah, malaria. Guess that's important. Clergy by percent. Let's see. Oops, opposite. 1.5. The trick here is to lose really badly. Trust me, it's genius. As long as the Texans don't literally run out of people, which can actually happen, because they're like a 30% soldier population for their whole country, and they're only like a state, so. It's also been, I don't know, like 4 months since I've played this game at all. So I'm going to be doing things wrong. Or at least not ideal. Yeah, this is why I really like Mexico, is because sometimes you can actually be a competitive immigration state to the US until they get, well, I mean, you can never really, really compete with them because the Statue of Liberty's broken, but it can be pretty good. You can be better than Brazil, which I guess is nice. Just getting sick everywhere. Oh, this is done. Well, no. I mean, I guess I can cook that for longer. I've got a really low literacy rate. 4% might be nice. Peace? In my time? No. Oh, look, I'm hemorrhaging people. Cool. No. Give me more militancy. I want militancy. I want my people to be angry. Okay, now it's time to go for... No, it's not. That's at 1840. It's at 39 and like a half. Yeah, I can just wait and cook that. Do. Let's see how the rest of the world is doing. Oh, nothing's happened yet. Well, can't tell with this map. Nothing's happened. Allies. Allies. Okay. Sometimes fun things pop off real early over there. Okay, and it's the new thing, so this. Yoink. Stop. So should I do a laissez-faire capitalism run and see how that goes? Or planned economy? Wow, everyone really starts out hating laissez-faire in Mexico. And I don't really need to farm the militancy because I'm getting it from being occupied. Let's think about some other things. I'm reliant very heavily on taxes. I could do tariffs since I'm temporarily able to. And I can put education up. I forgot to do that. Administration, yeah, why not? Let's take a historical route and start with capitalism and then have it fail. Oh, no, I won't be doing that. No thanks. I don't need friends. Oh, everyone loves free trade. But what if they didn't? Let's make it confusing. See, Texas is literally just going to run out of people. Texas, stop. I need you to add a war goal, Texas. Please. Okay, nice. Gotta remember which order is good to do. Population upper house would be nice, but immigrant attraction is very useful. This is a dumb one to pick early. I think if I do this, I can get to universal really fast. Let's see. Maybe I'll even get a school reform before the war's over. Yeah, they don't seem to have a lot of soldiers left. Hopefully they can... What? Did I just fuck this up? I did. I did fuck it up. I have to balance this stupid war. Okay, I'm starting over. I want this to work out. Sorry for all of those who were invested in the first like 30 seconds of Mexico. So what if you're losing, the US won't get called in, and if Texas puts in a war goal, then it can't get called in. Which is why I let them destroy it. It's a little stupid, cheeky trick. You basically have to get like 99%ed and then hold it. So I guess if I just stay on the capital, then they can't get like the huge boost, and I'll still get militancy and all that. And I guess this means I can set this up a little bit better this time with that and kind of depends where they go first, but I can do that at least. I already deleted my Bodie McBoats. Okay. Got gold, so this can go really high. Might as well spend on this and a little bit on that. And then it's just going to be speed 5ing it after I set this up, I guess, once again. Mexico is also nice because a lot of the population is very condensed into areas that have decent resources. Where's the resource one? I always miss it on this one. The little farm. You've got an early source of dye, which like nowhere else has really except for France and India. Although India is obviously getting extracted. And later... Oh, I shouldn't have you guys standing all on there. God, I hate this interface. It's so clunky compared to the new ones. But there's also a lot of iron and some... Where is it? Where's the coal? Somewhere around here, but then it also, I think one of them gets replaced by gold. There's coal. So Mexico has a decent industrial capacity, like in terms of RGOs, as long as it can actually get them out, which isn't always guaranteed. Sometimes your population's really low, and sometimes they move to really ridiculous places, and there's not much you can do about that. Okay. Protectorate in Oregon. So I'm not going to get the coast, but the US is going to have a very small west coast. All of one time, I've had the UK actually join me in a war against the United States. And that was really weird. That was the most ridiculous campaign I've ever had. And that was back when I was trying to do this in a way that wasn't stupid and cheesy. God knows why I did that when there's this, which is got like a 60-40 on working out. Gold. So much gold. Can you see? When you click on gold here, does it show up with the other golds? Yes, okay. I thought maybe it might just kind of do a weird thing. Cool. Well, time to let this happen again and not get malaria. By that I mean get malaria, I don't know. One thing I kind of also regret about this game that they've ideally fixed in the new one is, the fact that election spam is like a very valid tactic for shifting the politics of your country. Like, I get it, but I also just kind of don't. I'll do bureaucrats for a little while, actually, because for some reason they're really low in efficiency here. Oh, yeah, that'll be fine. What I will keep track of, though, is if they take a gold state, I will take it back. But I probably should station there. We'll see how it goes. If this doesn't work out, I will pick a completely different country next time. And there. Nope. I'm so hyped to have a literacy rate. That's going to be great. Add a goal. Do it, you cowards. Is the stream coming up okay in terms of like latency? Because that's what I really wanted to check. I have a probably awful internet right now. Through the Netherlands, I guess. Let's see what's happening. Dutch restoration of order. Huh. Well, let's see how that's gonna go. Where's the diplomacy one here? I don't remember any of the hotkeys or if they even exist for this game. They're like a little hard. Oh no, diplomatic mode. Yeah, so Prussia not being involved, pretty unique setup we've got here this time. We'll see how it goes. And how percent-wise, this war is only at 54. That's good. It looks like more Texans are maybe surviving. I'm gonna come out of this with such an economy. Just you wait. I don't remember having this option as Mexico before, but okay. The Sea and Merchant Marine one, I mean. Yes, of course. The true Canadian borders will be formed. And then wait again, just like last time. Peace offer, 74%. Let's see if I can... There we go. And then this will go into idealism. Cool. Long term. Pro people, I guess. I don't know. Military is kind of a weird one to pick because it's either very unified or very polarized. Citizenship. Does anyone care about citizenship? No, so we'll go full. It's not a waste. Texas, please. I need you to add a war goal. That'll be what separates them. It's good to pick a wedge issue if you're trying to split between capitalism and capitalism. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. Perfect. Wealth. Slowly clawing our way up. Let's see how the percentages are going. 92. I should probably take another piece of land. I am. Conservative Party in power. Country goes bankrupt. I didn't know I was lending them money, but I guess I was. Getting rapid militancy. Please. Please add a war goal this time. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna get 100%ed on this already. Unless I can maybe desperate. I don't know, that might have ruined it for me. I mean, the end goal isn't even necessarily that they add the war goal, but just that they don't bring in the United States. It's at negative 100, so I guess they could ask for it at any time and it'll just be over. Which is a shame. Nope, damn it. Let's go home. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to, which means that they're going to join the US and then the whole thing's kind of over. Yeah, there's a little trick I've learned where if you let Texas win for the most part up to the end, then you can actually start the war against them if they declare a war goal and the United States won't join in, and then you can take them as Mexico, and if you take Mexico, then the United States doesn't get Manifest Destiny and destroy you. But I messed that up for the second time, so I'm going to pick a different country. Again, sorry for those invested in the history of this glorious Mexican empire I tried to start. Let's see. What's a good place? What's a good place? Really bad at the Netherlands, though I would like to not be bad at them. Punjab is, I don't know, tedious to get off the ground. I'm bad at Japan. I'm bad at this game. Colombia would mean kind of some early wars against Ecuador. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to let them win so much, but it's hard to balance it to the point where they put a war goal in. I don't know if it's a time thing or not. Like, I've done this many times. I even have a save that's just set up, apparently. And then I have one where I was kind of losing, apparently. And then hopefully that's not a short time after. Yeah, I guess you can't really mess up Russia. Well, that's not the right Russia, because I'm not picked on there, but Russia does have one interesting boon to it, if I can get it to work, which is stopping Prussia pretty easy. Let's try it. Maybe I'll completely mess this up. Okay. These guys have that, so I can start with medicine instead. Although they have so many people, I don't know if it matters. Taxing poor people. Raising tariffs a bit. I don't know if literacy is going to happen in my lifetime, so let's just go for it though. I think the clergy actually starts out pretty high in these two places and then like nowhere else. Yeah, 1%. That's pretty high for... I just tax everyone, who cares? Life is misery. And then in terms of diplomacy, let's pick... that's a better way to do this. Let's pick... Who do I like? Who's a little buddy? Who gets to be a little buddy? Who's not already sphered? You, Hanover. You're going to get unsphered, I think. And then I can try and swoop in at the right time. Do an exploit where you switch to liberals and lose a war. Maybe. I mean, I'm playing vanilla. I don't know if that's a thing. And the reason I'm playing vanilla is because I never got into modding this game, so I'm just not really used to it. And I thought, well, it's too late to learn now because the new one's happening. If I do remember, their military is just very weirdly organized at the start. You're like, oh, look how big it is. And then, like, just random stacks of cavalry eating tons of special resources. Weird little things. And you're like, yeah, I could probably fight Sweden. It's not really worth it to fight Sweden. But on that end... get a little bit of priority. think I've played Russia like twice, to be honest, and I don't totally know what I'm doing with it. But I'm not above learning in front of people, I guess. Oh, the UK doesn't really want me to have friends, huh? And well, you know, I don't want friends either, so it's fine. Let's see. Let's see how politics in this country work. Okay, well, there's no voting. That's cool. That's cool. The peasant reform. You need what to do this? 30% liberal in the upper house. Consciousness of 3. Current government is liberal. I see. So a lot of consciousness and militancy, but consciousness is a bit hard to get up. I don't think that would work the same way as the Mexico one necessarily. Let's see how it goes, though. I'm supposed to, I guess, make these guys my little buddies, or not them, like Serbia, I guess. Start going for, like, this area with wars, but I'm not good at this game, you might find. I want to have money so I can make railroad. That's the dream. So I guess Britain is buying all the Clipper convoys in the world, and so there's none in the market, and that's what's causing this, would be my guess. But who's ever heard of a Russian navy, you know? Like, why would I need that? "100 infamy is not good to have, though, for reasons called war against the entire world, and I don't want that." Oh, Afghanistan ally? Hell yeah. 100%. Gold rush. Nice. That'll save my economy. Portugal? I mean, they won't get any trouble. Yeah, this is just gonna be a railroad building simulator. Will you be my little sphereling? Gotta wait a while. Deep and greedy. Yeah, who needs people to like you? It's all about being deep and greedy. Alliance from Prussia. No. I'm gonna be neutral. The plan is to not die. Let's see if I can arrange these better. Thanks for telling me about that, I guess. Split in half. You two can go over here. And then you're also horses. Split in half. You two can go there. No. You can't go here. Oh, do I have to, like, build a base somewhere out there if I wanted that? No, because I'll get that someday. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. This isn't going to be historical. Like, I'm not going to try and be Russia very well. Oh, wow. More conservative, you say? More gold. More Prussia. Okay. So in order to do this, Oh, it's or average militancy. Oh yeah, okay, sure. Losing a war sounds easy. Who do I think is gonna start losing a war? This is not my first time playing Vicky. No, this is my first time playing Vicky with an audience and as Russia. Because I don't normally play on this side of the world. Generally, I've played the Netherlands a couple times, but usually I like playing as Mexico or, of all things, Uruguay. And Egypt, Punjab, kind of Japan, but I don't know, boats are tedious. And I tried for a really long time to get Texas to be good, but no. A call to arms. At war with. Okay, sure. I don't think I'm gonna send any homies, but wait, can I make them my little guys? Yay, spherelings. Sweden's a good sphereling. Look at them, they're so chunky. Allying Greece. That could be a good way to get into a war real quick. These guys are kind of neutraling it off. The UK is joining into little conflicts. These two don't seem to have done anything. And if they do, yeah, because they still have the cores. If they do, this isn't really a winning team on the Netherlands' part. Usually, because I guess they get someone like me. So what if I... What? Too many great power allies. Oh, I guess Spain might still be a great power. I didn't think about that because they're very seldom one. Yay! Good job, little guys. Yeah, sure. Why not? Prussia, we could be friends. You'll probably drag me into a war. Maybe with Austria. Nah, but they might want stuff. Well, I mean, they don't have cores, but they might still want stuff. We'll see. I'm just gonna have to try and build militancy on my own. Well, this is going pretty slow. Well, I guess the whole thing is going pretty slow. R.I.P. Pushkin, you were such a good novelist. Wrote all those little books that people liked. Banned? Oh well, it'll be fine. I really hope that in Victoria 3 they find out some weird way to make Hanover more like weirdly integrated with the UK. I'm hyped for it. I'm hyped for Vicky 3. I don't know if it'll meet everyone's expectations, and I think that a lot of the changes that they've proposed seem interesting to me more than sad, as some people seem to think they should be. Like the stuff with war, I actually find a bit fascinating, given the era. And of course, there are some commenters on the channel that are, how do I put it, only interested in war when it comes to Victoria, and I don't know if that's what people could, like, feel about Victoria too. Like, the war is not in depth. There are, I don't know, like 3 types of units, of which there are like a few subcategories, and then there's like tanks and stuff, but they're so late into the game, and it mostly just becomes like a Doomstack thing. And you've got all these guys you randomly get who have different effects, but then like half of them are just garbage. It's not like a, I mean, it's a war game in like the loosest of senses. I'm a little early on this. I'll lose 15 days if I wait for that. And they do need education efficiency, honestly. Look, I just think if the United Kingdom was willing to embrace the fact that it is run by Germans, it would be a lot funnier. Oh, templates would be very, very nice. I'm sure someone's modded them in some kind of way, but... I feel like this is always completely worthless, because, like, what is 50 fish going to do at the end of the day? But I don't want people to lose militancy. It's not like I'm really gaining any, though. Yeah, like, people are saying that they're, like, mad that the Victoria 3 thing seems to have a little bit less war in it. But like, Victoria 2 wasn't very good at war. None of them have the strategic depth of anything like Hearts of Iron. I think the lens they're kind of going for when it comes to Vic 3 is the detachedness from war and the idea of just like throwing resources into a conflict that's far away, like the front. The idea of having the front, I think, is a big idea. And honestly, if you were playing, like if you were imagining yourself as like a lord in Britain, you're not going to really care about like the 16th Anglo-Ashanti War. You're going to be like, oh yes, there's soldiers on the front and we're throwing resources at them. Who cares? And I think the game being a lot more economically driven and about the rise of the bourgeois means that bourgeoisie is going to be a bit more distanced from war in that sense. And I think it also sets it up pretty well for trench warfare, because otherwise it's going to just kind of be what Hearts of Iron sort of feels like, which is weirdly like trench warfare, where you're just building these permanent battle lines. I don't know. I think this game is good for certain levels of economic and political manipulation. And I think if they stick to that as a strength, they'll have it. Oh, there's so many countries you can get rid of. United Baltic Provinces. The Confederation of Alaska, even. No. Something just happened that I was thinking about. You know, you say that there's not enough incest in Vicky 3, but what you failed to acknowledge is that Victoria 3 herself, the eponymous Victoria 3, Victoria the, I think, second, she's very incest heavy and also in the game. So take that. Free people. Who are they gonna free? Cool. That'll be a really weird war if that happens. If you can't romance Karl Marx in the next game, I'm going to be really mad. That's most of what I'll say. Look at my economy doing so economy. Do I have the ability to build railroads yet? No, like physically, I do not know how to. Yes, yes. This is the weirdest war. Sick. I did not expect this to be something. Here we go, guys. The stupidest war I've ever seen. Liberating, I'm pretty sure we're liberating Holstein? Let's see. Oh, Schleswigian Freedom War. What the hell? Cool. Thanks, Sweden, for this ridiculous thing. Do I want to send the boats in? No, I don't. See, like, that was warfare. Cool shit, right? I didn't even remember that was happening. I'm going to back up a tiny bit and let Sweden take some of the blood until my other guys show up. Unless my other guys are here. Oh, they're following me. Poor people. Or no, they're not. Idiots. If I attack into the woods with horses, a lot of horses, that'll go well, right? That's how war works? No, I think I'll just probably keep going. Or march on the capital. With the horses? Horses are very good at unconquering things. Sweden, join me. Yes, yes. Oh, they need my help on boats, I guess. I don't really fund my boats. Will that be a problem? Probably. Let's fund the boats. Fund some boats, why don't we? In the meantime, you can go here, because that'll be nice. And Sweden's become bold. Greed. This. Stupidest war ever. Love it. Can I, like, annex Greenland out of this? Let's see. Not intervene. Where's the add war goal? Place in the sun. Iceland and Greenland. How much would that add? 10 infamy. Dumbest play or really dumb play? I could also take, where is it? Yeah, Danish Ghana. St. Thomas, if I wanted to have a little bit of the Caribbean for no apparent reason. I think Danish Ghana is the best warm water port that Russia could ask for, really. Nope. Let me leave that so I don't. Let's see how that goes. Oh, these guys are, well, no, I guess they should keep going because my, wait, if I take Schleswig, then Germany can't form. Or is that only if I take Holstein? I don't remember. Let's pay money. Let's add a war goal. Can I? Will they let me yet? That's a lot of territories by comparison, though. Iceland and Greenland? But then I actually have to physically land there probably because it's a little bit bigger. I don't want to use boats. Danish Ghana it is. Let's see. Can my boats... Okay, I have all of 2 transports, unless there's more here. 2 here. Can I get there in a reasonable amount of time with some guys? You're some guys. You're not loaded. Yeah, why not? Can I split off? Whatever. Fuck them. Maybe they'll all drown. I don't know how boats work. Sorry, boats are like the most worthless thing in most of these games, unfortunately, and I really wish that wasn't the case. Although I will give credit to the fact that having a navy in this one matters more. I think it would be good for there to be more navy. Okay. So see, but warm water ports are only worth what their purchaser will pay for them. And Danish Ghana, hoo boy, is that pricey. Poor people again, I guess. I don't know. You guys going to Accra. I'm taking some attrition. Please do something about this quickly or my boats will die. I think they'll survive for long enough. Now you may be wondering why I'm basically ignoring the Russian population in all of this, and the answer is because it's the right thing to do. Okay, sick. Do I go for the pharaohs and everything? Well, wait, how many? It said it was here, Iceland and Greenland, Iceland and Greenland. Oh, I see there's several on Greenland. I didn't know that. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, they're already sphered. They're a satellite of Denmark. And then... yeah, okay, so this is part of the German Empire. These two would be ones that they would take. Let's see. Oh, they're 96%. Is there any other war goal that would be good to do? Sphering them? How much would that take? 4 infamy's not bad. I know you don't have to siege the colonies, but I mean, I guess in this case, since we're about to 100% them, it doesn't matter. Liberate country. Could put Iceland on the map for no apparent reason. Just to see what happens to Iceland. 16 war score, 11 infamy. My infamy is currently at 9. 25 is the point where everyone just decides to like destroy you, right? I think that's the time. I'm gonna liberate Iceland because that sounds funny. Unless that takes landing, and maybe I've done something very stupid now. But if I don't do something stupid, then I can't really say that I've acted at all. Let's go here. Let's see what they'll do. Oh, cool, they'll do the whole thing. I've always thought it was really dumb how they did where war is basically just re-rolling and re-rolling, or basically hoping that you don't get the highest amount of infamy, that you get discovered really late with the justification. Like, that's just, I don't know. It's a really lame system, and it encourages scumming a lot. Sweden, why did you do this? Okay. Oh, look. Iceland got that too. Sick. Yeah, Iceland, we will be friends. Denmark, you're out of Scandinavia. I'm in. Iceland just being like, yeah, we're Greenland now too. Sick.
Did you guys like start going somewhere, please? Well, no, you're with my new warm water guys. I'll build a naval base here. Is the stream still frozen, or was it just for a bit? Because I don't know how to change that, if that's the case. Okay, can you be my little... Okay, in that sphere. Protected by, truce with. So wait, I'm trying to remember. Prussia needs, obviously, the North German states in order to form. And I know that Hanover is obviously one of them, Oldenburg, Bremen, all of the ones up here. But can they form without sphering Schleswig? Or will they have to take that in order to become the NGF? Because I know that you can stunt them from being the NGF pretty hard by just pulling one of these guys out of the sphere, and Hanover is one of the easier ones to do just because it starts in the British sphere. What if I... Oh, I don't... Can... Yeah, you know what? Here, have a factory. I can't have them, but you can. And they are at what level? Cordial with me. Okay, cool. Ah, the Northern League. Well, there's not a Canada yet. I'd have to... Oh no, it's beginning. There's not going to be a pretty Canada. The American urge to do this is so wild. Oh wait, this is me. I forgot. I'm here. I'm like hanging out with these guys. I'm like in it. Nice. Are my boys back from war 1? I don't know what that war would be. I think they are. And then you guys are you vibing here, or are you like poisoned? No, there's not like horrible attrition here or anything. Cool, best adult dating site. Love it. Can I get rid of this? You like poisoned? No, there's not like horrible attrition here. Cool, best adult dating site. Love it. Can I get rid of this? Cool. I did it. Had to open up another browser because I don't know how to do any of these things on YouTube's streaming platform. Ally Brazil. Nah. You're not getting a tutorial on how to play this game right, I will say. More militancy? Sure. It's really draining. People don't like to be... Let's see how the rest of everything is going. China is normal. Japan is normal. This is somewhere that can kind of change around. Sometimes the British don't get to this. Sometimes the Dutch actually do. All of one time I've seen the United States just reject, basically, the Statue of Liberty, and that actually really shifted the balance of immigration in the New World. And they didn't really reject it. They just weren't friends enough with France for about 100, almost 100. No, there's only 100 years in the game. For like 70 years of gameplay, they just were not friends. So it took until like 1910 for them to get the who would do this? Who would dare steal you from my sphere? whatever. Persia. I guess that's worth it. I don't know. They're probably going to get into some kind of war, and I'm going to say, oh, never mind, and then feel bad about having chosen to do that, but whatever. Ethiopia's at war. And they caused it. Well, cool. We'll see how that goes. Okay, got that one. It's time for some, what do you call it? Industry. Railroad time. Trains. Trains, CHRAINS. Yeah, I don't know. Sweden, I thought we were friends. I guess they want to be Iceland for Iceland's like owner. So they're probably going to go on with that. I don't know. If I'm friendly with Sweden the whole time though, I might be able to stop Germany from forming, which is kind of always worth it. Okay, at this point, 3% I think is fine. Maybe I should switch to some bureaucracy. Let's see. I wasn't funding education, I was funding administration. Cool. Smart. Great. Private investors, that's fine. What was I thinking? Population. Here. You guys need guys, because it'll trend downward. And Moscow can keep going, or I could just get it up to 2% here. I've got more places with over 100,000 people. In fact, they're almost at 1 million, so those ones are big. Persia. Add to sphere. Oh, you guys are already friendly. I should have looked at who these guys were and where they were ranked. Because Serbia's friendly, Krakow's friendly, Greece is already friendly, but they're already in a sphere. Should have thought of that. Railroad. And Hanover being once again bounced away from me. So another railroad or some factories? Farming output's really good for Russia because that's all they know how to do for the longest time. Where's the trains button? Here, and then if you want to build them all, you press, what was it, Control? Train noises incoming. Lots of train noises. Let's see, that was Poltava. Where's Moscow? Can't wait to completely destroy the lumber market for the entire rest of the world within 10 years. Oh, Petersburg. Well, no. Do I not have the money? No, I definitely have the money. Jesus. It's about the terrain. Well, might as well just kind of do everywhere then. Just slow this down, but keep it running. Because, you know, I'm definitely going to do something really advanced and tactical where I need to know exactly how long I have until the next war and everything. I'm really doing this as a hardcore world conquest run. XD. I literally couldn't world conquest in this game if I tried, and I think few people can unless you're Britain or something. It's just not that kind of game. It's very different from EU4 if you've never played it. And I know right now it looks like all I'm doing is clicking a button to build a bunch of railroads, and that's because that's all I'm doing. And you might be saying, well, it's a waste to build them everywhere. Well, the real Russia didn't have the foresight that I do, which is building them everywhere. I don't know if you get a thing for the Trans-Siberian Railroad, but you know what? I want to get as close as I can. Train time. Finland? You know what? Finland can have some things as a treat. They've been quiet. Minsk, though? No. No. No Minsk. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Trains. Because then you can't control click for trains in someone else's state? Hello? Oh, I don't have the money. I see. Well, hopefully this economy rebounds as the trains get built. Because it's not doing it right now. I'll defund boats a little more. Maybe up some tariffs since I have gold. It's spam trains time. And also Sweden friendship time. Can't stop progress. Can't stop poggers. I am out of money, but luckily I make it at an okay rate for... Just kidding, I'm huge and I make money really poorly. Just like real life. No, I'm not huge. I'm not new to the game, I'm just stupid. Simply a fool. I guess I should go for the scramble text kind of soon. It's going to be a lot of train going on. This will in no way prepare you, me, or anyone for Victoria 3, because I think they're going to have to overhaul so many of these mechanics to get the game... I mean, they already have, obviously. There've been dev diaries and everything. In this time period, Russia is going to hold a substantial portion of its Asian holdings. And yep, it's vanilla. And if that's painful to you, just let it serve as a reminder of what it was like before HFM and HPM existed, if you ever knew that world. Dude, this naval base is still going. Let's go, boats. Boats aren't important. We've been banned. I shouldn't have let Sweden become a secondary power. They're a great power now. Zam. That's cool. What? Why are you mobilized, USA? American Liberation of Colorado. And you had to mobilize for that? Okay. Yeah, look at this. See, we're already back up to being able to afford more trains. And I'm going to afford some friendship points with somebody. Even though I'm really just probably propping up a German... the German economy for when they just absorb all of this. But, you know, I also just kind of want... I want Württemberg to do well. I believe in them as a people. I guess I could believe in Denmark as a people. They're going to be pretty low. Yeah, why not? Mexico looks like it's doing better without me, but they won't. They won't for long, unfortunately. I'm being reverse Trotsky'd. I got exiled to Russia, and now I'm sad. Didn't I already have this decision and it was going to give me a negative malice, but now it doesn't because I've already done it? So it's just giving me research. Okay. The Battle of Copenhagen. Who were those guys? I didn't read it. I didn't get to before I accidentally pressed spacebar and moved on to their death. Man. Hanover just... What if I increase relations? I never managed to spend these points. Ally the Iceland? No. Iceland, you can... I don't know. You'll figure it out. Maybe you'll join the scramble somehow. That'd be very funny. Slowly losing my great power rank, which is exactly what I expected to do as Russia, because I don't know what I'm doing. My population's dying less. That's cute. I've been expelled. Cool. Cool. Free militancy. Well, I guess I could lose it. Whatever. What's going on here? France? Okay. What war is this? The War of Sicilian Submission. Can this dating site stuff please cease? I mean, I don't advocate for it. That wouldn't be very nice. Probably looks bad. The War of Sicilian Submission. Port as... Where is it? Cool. And does reporting that not remove it? Cool. Okay. Yay! New thing. There's so many things that are good. So many things you see. Factories. Brain. Again, that one's pretty good. And it doesn't really have any side things though. More railroad just to build. Tons and tons of coal production. Does Russia have a lot of coal? I feel like it's over in this region somewhere. Let's find out. And does Russia have that weird thing where they've got that one spot building rubber? Or did that get patched out? Okay, there's a coal. Okay, there's some over there. But most of it's going to be in Poltava in this region. Yeah, I have plenty of coal. So coal it is. Is it Saratov that gets the weird glitch where randomly it becomes a rubber province? I feel like it is. It's something over here. Maybe Simbirsk. Whatever. That's just them trying to canonize the Russian jungle from Metal Gear Solid 3. Train. Oh, I missed an alliance with Mexico. Not that... Oh, they only took... That's kind of impressive. And I guess they haven't... Oh, they've manifest destinies. Well, they're also doing this, so... I don't know. World is a fuck. And I guess I can... Does Odessa... What state is this in? Oh, this is all Kherson, but this is a different one, which is, I guess, Bessarabia. Yoink. Or is this Bessarabia? They don't have a Bessarabia state. Huh. Thought they would. That's like one of the big deals of this time period. Ah, naval base. Cool. Ally the United States. I don't know. Why am I not eating Central Asia? Because I'm not efficient at this game. And I usually tend to play it very slow and casually. You're right that I should probably be eating Khiva, Bukhara, and Kokand. Especially since they don't have allies. But I'm generally lazy when it comes to wars. Though I suppose losing a bit of one would get me militancy. Oh, that reminds me. Jesus, the railroads. Can I collapse this? No. Or maybe I'm just not seeing. I think maybe with the buttons. Whatever. National encouragement of clergy. I can let that go up, but I could also probably get it higher in a different place where there's hundreds, thousands. Okay. No. Friends are for losers. Not in a sphere. But Sweden is still a major. Or a great. Imagine if I'd actually allied with Russia right in time for the US Civil War and got in on the action. Would have been a bit something. Oh, they're probably going to get sphered by Prussia now. I should have thought of that. Let's just build one over there. Why not? Pop militancy. Oh, the militancy is not very high. Yeah, I'm just gonna spare them. Coal. More railroad? I don't know. Free trade's pretty good because it's just 10% across a lot of things. Focuses are valuable as Russia because there's just a lot of I already have tons of people, so I'll just get a third focus right away. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, they needed to add more music for this game for sure. But if you want music that sounds like this and gets incredibly repetitive, there's Arcanum Obscura of Machines and Magica or whatever it's called. The game by Troika Games. It has literally like 2 music tracks in the whole game because it was a game they released on a bankruptcy budget. And that, it sounds like this track, but just forever. You really have to either get used to it or just tune it out forever if you want to do with that one. There's not a... Wait, is there a music player for this? I forget. Because, I mean, obviously later games have it. And actually, when I record, I usually turn the music off so that I can put my own music tracks over it without having to deal with getting those right, so to speak. Oh. What happened here? How did you get repatriated? Did I miss a war? Well, oops. Sweden, we're still friends. Let's continue to be friends. I don't know what I missed there. Arcana Obscura of Machine and Magic. That's what it was. Yeah. Good game. Not a good soundtrack, objectively, because it's like one song. A crisis. Sure. Romania. Do I want Romania on the map? I kind of do. Yeah. Romania. Hell yeah. It's going to be a third Romanian nation. Good. I think there's even a fourth you could get out of them. Like maybe here. Is there a unique one in... No, there's not. I thought there was a Bessarabia. If I release Romania as a puppet right now, and we do this thing for Romania, will I just get this huge chunk of a puppet out of Austria? I'm never sure how that works in this one, if it'll just mess with the thing. And is that worth it? Because I only have 3 provinces that are Romanian. Well, if I try it, it's going to be under politics, right? Oh, I don't see Romania on here. I guess I can't do that. Georgia has a pretty badass flag. Never seen that before. I know releasing is bad as Russia. I just was hoping that there would be a Romania here because I like playing the free puppetry game because I'm stupid. Well, it's better in EU4, obviously, but shame. I think when I play Victoria 3, I might play as Scotland, release them and then play as Scotland, just because that's where I am now, and that would be, I guess, fun. And I could be like, ha, look, please let me stay here. Look how much I love this country, XD. Let's see what we can do in terms of this will be cool if it happens. Yeah, Scotland seems like it would be very fun in Vic 2 because it's just got, I think, a very aggressive industrial core around the lowlands. Let's see, coal, and where's the last? These are highlands. Okay, Stirling, yeah. It's just all coal, which is pretty good. And the population in Edinburgh and Glasgow is, I mean, not massive, but you don't need to hunt haggis, you raise haggis. And by that I mean you raise sheep. Let's see, what do the Highlands have? Oh, well, you've got sulfur in Inverness. They didn't make these separate provinces? Inverness is just, like, all of this? Weird. Wouldn't have done it that way. Crisis. I can't wait for my lines to fold against the Austrians because I don't do war. Damn, these chatting sites things keep showing up. And I keep reporting them. And then I wish it would block them, but it doesn't. So then I have to do that myself after. Cool. Okay, now that I've gotten that, I've got another focus, which is great. And now I think it's time to learn about machines a little bit, I guess. And let's see, I've got money. So, okay, I'm playing right now with the Conservative Party. I don't know if Russia's Conservative Party can build. No. Can I incentivize a capitalist class by lowering a little bit of tax on here and a little bit of tax on here? Maybe. Is my army funded? Probably halfway. That's, or the spending isn't, or the stockpile is. So they've got that. The officers, not so much. So I could up that a little bit. Could probably also tariff more if I wanted, but I don't like to full up on the military spending, because sometimes what it does is it means that these people, instead of promoting into clergy and eventually clerks, will promote into officers and then just sort of sit there, when a lot of the people who have money from being soldiers, decent money, will do a good job starting to reach towards eventually becoming capitalists if they can. But the promotion system of this game is also obtuse. Let's just throw down a capitalist on here and see if they start building stuff on their own, just for fun, because it'll probably fold. I don't have enough of the technological innovations for them to actually really do anything. This is going back up, which is nice. How close is this crisis to happening? 72. This is going to be an interesting war if it happens, because there's me, who's going to be useless. And then there's... Oh. Well, this could be something. Okay. Time to think about these things, I guess. And also time to get rid of another chat bot. Why does this keep happening? It's wartime. Okay, so let's see. Prussia's probably going to fight with France, and Britain's probably going to fight with France. And I don't know if Britain's good at fighting with France. I kind of feel like they're just going to try and land and get smushed over and over. And the Ottomans, are they in it too? They are. So they're probably going to soak a lot of Austria, and I'm going to soak a lot of Austria. But let's see. If I can take this part of Poland, that's a lot of coal. Can't say that I'll be good at it. He doesn't seem very funded, but defense is really good in this game, not offense. So we'll see. I should probably... I don't need to mobilize or anything. I've got guys. I've simply got guys. I'm fine. Except for the fact that I think... these guys can be merged. Those can be merged. Yeah, why not? These guys I'll pull back. We'll see how that goes. And let's see how the war goes. Okay, so these guys are trading blows a little bit. Did I send him all the way in? Because I certainly didn't mean to. Let's see. Divizia. Yeah, you guys will stay. And you guys can go back with you guys. Because horses are better at capturing things, I think. And, I mean, obviously, besides, if there's a fort, and there is, which I'm a fool for not really noticing. But I think I have all of 2 artillery. Can I... you guys can go in. Yeah, good luck getting me to, like, understand what I'm doing with this war, though. I've actually been muting that bot. It's a slightly different one each time. So they probably have a bunch of different accounts with almost identical names, and then they just sort of pop in and do that. Alliance offer from Egypt? Did they get rocked by Ethiopia? Yes, they did. No thanks. That's pretty funny. 415, yeah. I'm not going to be at war enough where sorting stacks is going to be incredibly useful. But... and I guess I can go in with these guys to... let's see which place is a little bit cleaner. This definitely has more people, so higher supply likely. You guys can all merge because I don't know what you're doing. The Russian army also starts out with a very weird composition of having just massive amounts of horses because of the Cossacks. Maybe you can go in and just aid them, and then we'll kill more because there's a lot of horses. Horses do have a use in this game, and it's called backup and chasing people down. And sometimes just fluffing your numbers a bit so that the AI gets optimistic and starts trying to move around, trying to attack stuff. Let's see how this is going. Well, good thing I brought the horses, because they didn't. And casualties. Yeah, so that's definitely a but at what cost moment for my Russian horses. And they're mobilized. I'm not going to mobilize. Is France doing okay? Well, they're fighting. That's cute. I wonder if I'll be able to add to the war goal for this. Maybe. Okay, he's doing that. If I rush in there, that should go nice. These guys can go there. It's 1849. Military access? Yeah, sure. Just don't, like, steal anything or be mean to my people or whatever. Not that you can. If I charge in with both these guys, it could be good. How's this war battle going? Okay, so we got the terrain negative. I didn't really think that through, but I've got a general positive. And yay, killing. Killing. I'm not gonna hold the Prussian line for the whole time because they've got a lot of units coming in. And I'd rather them soak onto a fort. Fight the disease. You guys can go to Radom. Kolice. Lvov. Yeah, the liberate's probably actually very high. And Prussia is going to acquire Moravia, which is bold. The war scores for both of them are... Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to add anything. Why am I looking at France? Austria. And I've still got this to keep in mind. I did take some junk. But I would like... Which one is it again? West Galicia, I think. Or... I mean, they both have a fair amount of population and coal. But Austrian West Galicia has... Well, I'm not holding all of it, but I think I would get all of it. Yeah, liberating Iceland earlier apparently, you know, made a lot of people mad at me, even though it feels like it should have been the right thing to do, just like from a moral standpoint. You know, Iceland being... It's rude for Iceland to be contained like that. Iceland deserves to be free. Okay, and is he going to attack my guys? Probably. Or he's just going to stand on a fort for a while. The Prussians aren't really helping there. Ah. These are mostly Ukrainian, that's right. I hope I don't get called out for some sort of topical reference with this. Look, I honestly feel like I would probably be the least controversial person to be streaming a game like this at this time period. Other people are probably making very cringe jokes, at the very least. Prussia, I thought you were supposed to be, like, good at this. London? Hello? London is down. And, from what I can see, the British don't have an army on the Isles. Which begs the question, where are they? And if the answer is they're all on these boats, it's not that, at least. Are they, like, fighting them in, like, random places? Like here? Yep. Don't love that. I thought this game Britain was a little more competent as an AI, but I guess I was deluded. Britain has a lot of guys here, and most of their army run by Augustus of Hanover. And yeah, so good place for Hague. That's where you should keep him. Cool. So that's why Britain's not helping, and why these guys are managing to resurge a bit. And if this goes poorly, at the very least, I will get that 4 militancy that I was told to hope for. And then I'll just put the Liberals in power real quick, and it'll be done and done. I should probably keep this information, so I will go here, actually. Although I'm probably eating attrition a little bit. Can these bots stop? Hide user. Okay, well, I mean, this isn't going to lead to anything. It's not like France is going to suddenly say, oh, well, in this war, we actually want British territory. But they are going to probably beat the shit out of us. Weird side consequence of that. No, these cores have been dropped. Oh, well. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm not too fond of Prussia or Britain in this scenario, so I don't really mind if they take a beating. Why don't I mobilize? Because I am not actually invested in the outcome of this war. Though I guess I could be. Maybe that would be smart. what I'm really hoping for, and this is going to help me do it. I don't need all three of these, but this guy can go here, this guy can go here, and then he'll attack from there. What I'm hoping for is the ability to get maybe a little bit of something out of this. And then start researching the next rifle upgrade. Could have timed that to be on the day, but I didn't. And we're paying for it with a little bit of pain. But he doesn't have any horses or cannons. Yeah, the only reason I'm not playing at 5 speed all the time is because I'm not good at war in this game. And I usually like to put it down to speed 3, at least so I can kind of feel like I know what I'm doing and pretend that I'm playing the game. Which is, I know, not traditional for a Paradox game to play it, but, you know. Sometimes it's about the aesthetic. Send an expedition. Guy died. Well, I'm sure he was an alright person or something. TM. Well, we're getting a little into a Heartland. Wow, Britain, really putting it on him. Am I going to stream Victoria 3? That's kind of the hope. I have no guarantee that I'll be able to, and that's partially why I did this, was just as a test to see if I could actually stream without the game, or without the stream full-ass lagging to death, because I'm working on a university internet, and the only way to get that to work better is to apparently pay extra money, which seems like an unhinged thing to do, but I'm not from here. I don't know what this country's like. I'm not going to judge. Well, just a little bit of judgment. Just a little. Accepting casualties as Russia is kind of a pet peeve, a historic thing, in that the Soviet Union was not actually a, what do you call that? Human wave tactic. They were very clearly trying to go for combined arms. It's just that the lack of money, the surprise attack, and the burgeoning industrialization, in both wars, but more so in the Second World War, meant that they couldn't. But human wave doctrine was not like their thing, and for the most part, that's a propaganda used to make the Soviet Union seem like completely inhumane and barbaric. Mostly a post-war fabrication in the 60s and 70s. That's not to say that they didn't literally tell people to go into the field with nothing but a gun and a dream, or nothing but a gun that their friend had, and then say, well, you pick it up when that guy dies, and a dream. But that wasn't really because they had much of a choice. Their backs were sort of against the wall. I don't know. It's not as clean as the Russia throwing bodies into a meat grinder meme makes it feel, but alas, history can never be so clean. I hope that doesn't count as a retreat on my part. No, in fact, I caught them out. Well. What? I just want this guy. I see, I clicked the Austrian flag there. You guys can go here. And you, horses, you've been doing nothing this whole time. Let's go not do that. Well, at least the war's going okay on my side for now. Mostly because Prussia's soaking up a lot of damage. And would you look at that? This might... Do you think they mobilized? They did. Okay, maybe they'll be able to take that back. Yeah, I can turn the music down, but I don't know how to make it play from play an alternative source of music at the moment. So if that helps your sanity, why not? Why not do that? I actually misjudged how many tracks there are in this game, but then again, I use them for my videos, so I should know that there's about like 6. Sorry I don't have like a really fucking bumpin' Nightcore playlist to be putting up right now, but you know, I wasn't prepared for this. This wasn't really supposed to be real so much as just me seeing if this functioned at all. And it kind of does, so I'm glad about that. Back up to the front. I'm pretty sure you want to have people, not horses, more. Yeah, it's almost like there was this really bad long-term effect of having the Wehrmacht write the entire history of the Wehrmacht in the war post-fact. But, you know, at least it was okay. Yeah, I would keep a playlist up on a second monitor if I had a second monitor, but unfortunately my current situation, sorry, I was just caught out by having artillery just alone there, like a complete idiot. But my current situation is that I don't have a second monitor, and I could probably go and find one real cheap, but I couldn't move with one, so I just didn't. No. I like having friends who are not good at stuff, and actually on my continent at least. How's Prussia doing in this? They're pretty beat up. How are we doing in the war? We're winning, kind of. I forgot the Ottomans were in this. Are they doing anything? Oh, they're soaking up the French. And, not well. Ridiculous. Cool. Anyway. Yeah, you get him, Prussia. Oh. Reinforce that from anywhere. Drop a siege. I don't think I'll need to, and I've got a leader advantage and a at least somewhat composed army. Although I don't have horses, so the kills aren't going to be very high. At least that's a consistency of Paradox games, that horses lead to higher casualties because you're able to chase people down. I'm relatively sure that when it comes to music, Paradox games are not something that Paradox scans for, especially when they're being used, the music or the game being played as a Paradox game, even if it's another title. So I would think that would be safe, but I don't know. Okay, let's think about triangles, kind of like in football. Triangles always have people stationed to reinforce from somewhere. Although I'm kind of breaking that rule by building this, but I've got these guys kind of near each other. Letting the Prussians get eaten. These guys are about to get free, which means they can keep going into these factories. Is my militancy going up at all? No, because I'm not getting sieged down. That's right. I guess I could chase them with the horses here. That might do a lot of damage, actually. Let's see. So I'm not entrenched, and they're hitting me with cannons, but... Oh, this was not worth it. Lol. Not at all. Well, I tried. Unknown Russian history. Unknown Russian history. Well, when I took a course called Russia as Empire, one of the most interesting things we talked about was the Where is it again? The Chechen conflict. Chechnya. I think it's around there. Can't remember. But we talked about the Chechen conflict and how it had historical roots all the way back to this time period. And that there was I believe a Tolstoy story, it might have been Pushkin though, called Caucasian Mountain Prisoner. And I really regret that I don't remember. But that it got made into a movie about the Chechen conflict of the 90s. And in that movie, it's kind of a similar story about a soldier who gets captured and then just kind of like uncomfortably lives among the people that he's at war with. And it's not like a vibes movie, but it's definitely like really interesting in the sense of like capturing a lot of the like myopic despair of how like the people fighting the war didn't want to be there, and the people who were getting fought against obviously did not want to die. This is going very badly, but this is Human Wave. And it just kind of, it's one of those pieces where like you wouldn't necessarily expect it, because the way we learn about Russia is very often that like, oh yeah, everyone's just kind of like pro the authority and pro this. The Chechen conflict wasn't like a needless war but like to some people it was sort of like Afghanistan to them was, and to some people it was kind of like how Vietnam is to the United States, in that there were people who were conscientious objectors, but I guess it was more of a volunteer war, so they tried to play it off as like, oh well, you know, everyone who's here wants to be here. But again, if your alternatives are poverty or starvation, you will more often than not join a military. And that is somewhat how they function. I should probably group that up with someone and not horses, but we'll see. You guys, do you have cannons? You have some. How about you take these guys under your wing? I don't think that'll go well again, but let's take you. You can go there. You can go here. This war really isn't worth it, is it? No, the movie's mostly focused on the modern conflict, but it is inspired by that book, which I think is why it's kind of interesting. There's also, I think, another movie called Caucasian Mountain Prisoner, which is like a Russian 60s romantic comedy, kind of, in a completely different direction. I think we also watched it in that class. Very bizarre. Also very interesting to watch movies from another culture that seem like with a genre that seems so inextricably like modern Western, not like Wild West, but like Western in the sense of East-West, the Cold War. Just like very strange to see a romantic comedy from that. I mean, not that people don't have romance over there, but it seems like such a generic staple of Western cinema. Let's see how Britain's... Whoa, they got their guys. Those guys. There's guys here. And there's also French people. The French are not guys, you see. I don't know if you know this, but the French are not guys. They're not like dudes. They're not just like some guys. Prussia seems like it's mounting back some kind of an attack, which is nice. Pleasant. I'd love to see that. I should probably learn how to do military, huh? And I mean that in both the sense of getting the actual text and knowing what I'm doing. But, you know, big number against smaller number. I feel like I'm doing a lot of damage this time, though. I think it's a 4-1, 5-1. Non-Western film recommendations from Russia. I would definitely recommend a film, well, a few. There's the Roadside Picnic / Stalker movie, you know, like the game Stalker. There's also another movie that I very much adore called The Cranes Are Flying. And then there's a third one, which is I want to say early 80s Russian film called Moscow Has No Time for Tears. And it's just sort of like a tragic, weird romance. And then anything by the guy who did Old Boy, I'd recommend. Although that might need a bit more detail about the contents. I will not give it. That can be found on someone's own time because I'm too lazy to explain. Tarkovsky's good. I am blanking on ones from like Chinese cinema. There's some good ones in there, obviously, and a lot of ones that are more famous because of people really liking martial arts movies, obviously. But like, there's some interesting Chinese media. It usually is less interesting in terms of its like resonant thematic tones because they usually have to stay away from trying to make a lot of deep moving points for reasons of vague censorship or just lack of marketability. I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies do really well there for a reason, and it's that they're fun. And that's not like bad, just something to be noted. Should I reinforce this? Well, I'm doing it, so we'll find out. Well, I think my general died immediately. Sucks to suck, nerd. Got cannonballed. Russian literature is really, really nice in the sense that there's a lot of dread and sort of like a unique fatalism, which I think comes from the fact that for much of the time periods that people were writing, it just felt like there was no conditional movement. You couldn't become a new man, a different kind of man. The myth of upward mobility didn't exist at all there. And I think that leads to a very unique literary perspective that we very much do not have in the West. Or, well, I shouldn't say the West. I don't mean to orientalize Russia at this point. There isn't really an East-West Soviet design, but in historically liberal states, we don't really have the same kind of cultural perspective, even in ones that have had a bit more of a, I'm not going to say rough history, but like a history nearer to things like famines and stuff, because of the idea that upward mobility is so intrinsic in a lot of these cultures. We just kind of end up making things in a similar vein. The closest we get to dread, I would say, is in France. Infamy. I'm going to need to keep that infamy down if I want to take anything from this incredibly long war. Oh, wait, didn't I get a new railroad? I should probably... Maybe I didn't. I didn't do that yet. That's what's happening now. Oops. Duh. What Irish writers do you like the most? And also, have you seen the interview clip with the Angela's Ashes guy and the guy in the yellow suit calling him out? That's one of my favorite Irish memes, and I can't explain why, and I also can't explain it to most people who don't know what I'm talking about. Jerry Tarwell or something. If you're not going to save your own guys, I'm... fine. Be nice. Although they might just win this out of hand. Well, guess I'll go to Vienna. What are they going to do? Stop me? This is a very sloppy war. And it's mostly built on this predicament. This is helping a substantial amount, which means that in the end, Britain did do something. I'm very proud of them. Oh, this might be a bad. No, it's fine. Sorry that I have a cough. So I'm coughing. Can't do much about that. Seamus Haney. Yeah, he's really good. The one time, in a bit of a misstep, my when I was in high school, I think for my last year, they had Beowulf as the summer reading, and my teacher, as soon as we got in to school that year, and she got all our essays, she read them all, and then a week later was like, I can't fail any of you, but I don't want to give any of you a good grade, so I'm just not going to grade this assignment because they should not have given Beowulf to a bunch of teenagers with zero guidance. What the hell were they thinking? And to be completely fair, yeah, I think most people came away from reading Beowulf, even Seamus Haney's version, with just kind of like 1/5 of an idea of what the whole thing was talking about. They're going to Terracine. And it's because Beowulf is a relatively obtuse work. So for the most part, you had people being like, yeah, no, it's crazy. He like kills a monster, when like there's a whole bunch of metaphor about what the monster even means, and whether or not it's supposed to be a, not like a metaphor, but like essentially a stand-in for a disfigured or disabled person and stuff like that. And boy, none of us got any of that. So we were just kind of like, yeah, this is like a story about a guy who kills a monster, and trying to analyze it wasn't going to work. There's another Irish writer that I like named Sheridan Le Fanu, who wrote what is ostensibly the precursor to Dracula, a novel called, or a short story called Carmilla, novella, really, I guess. And if you've ever seen any Castlevania stuff or played the Castlevania games, the name Carmilla might be familiar to you as one of the characters. That's because she was a actual literary vampire, and a pretty cool one. I like the story. It's also it is interestingly the origin of the lesbian vampire trope, but at the same time, it wasn't like the cliche exploitative one in the same way that, like, you know, the lesbian nuns type thing is. It was kind of tasteful and weird. And some people think that Bram Stoker actually wrote Dracula as a counterpoint to that story to try and rein in female sexuality, and that's why a lot of Dracula is about longing and the women's perspectives about these three hot men that are also working around them and trying to the Dracula. Because I mean, you got like a cute American guy with a Bowie knife, and you got like a science nerd, and then like a British aristocrat. They're all supposed to be like dating sim archetypes, basically. And then you have two women, one who's like the smart, reserved typist, and then one who's like the flirty lady. And the flirty lady dies first. I could see him being a bit too Victorian. I mean, like, yeah, you're also going to get kind of, you know, obviously sample. Did I just attack with just horses? No. Okay. You're obviously going to get the flavor of the time period people were writing. Calling Stoker had an abject crush on Whitman, more than a fandom. but it kind of was like a parasocial fanboy crush, not like a weird Hans Christian Andersen, please let me stay at your house, Charles Dickens thing. But like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in Bram Stoker's head and heart at the same time, and some of it pours into Dracula, and some of it he never really let the world see, for one reason or another. This is everyone's call to read Dracula, I guess, if you haven't done that. Or get the daily Dracula thing. That's kind of cute. Then will they send either emails, or I think there's like a Tumblr bot doing it, but it's written as an epistolary novel, which is always interesting. By Jingo, Declare War on Persia. I'm busy. Not that I can't just abandon this front and just go, okay, well, whatever, fine, but, you know. I like to imagine my country would be invested in this war. Would it be too petty? No, because it happened semi-regularly, and critique and response is something that was very common to that time period, and the reason some people lived for like critique and being able to be like, well, I made this as a response to that. Sometimes you'll see novels that are written where the person expressing why they essentially wrote the novel in a late stage says that they were just so incensed by a depiction of a place, people, thing, or idea, or the lack of emotion in a novelist, that they had to make their own novel just to like get the stink off of them, which is ridiculous and over the top. But also, we're talking about the Victorians in this case. Someone else died. Rip. I forget. Will he like automatically get replaced, or do I have to do that? Yeah, exactly, Tubius. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that, in the sense that I know it's a made-up name, but there could be a nice Roman way to say it, like Tubius, that I'm missing. You know, the way Romans pronounced words. If you're looking for interesting critique that kind of means nothing at the same time, T.S. Eliot, I actually find his essays very interesting. And rather pretentiously, I once told someone that I believed his essays to be more pivotal than his poetry. But he's got a lot of essays where he critiques other poets, some of whom, really interestingly, do not end up remotely as famous as him. So you end up in this situation where he's like critiquing some guy you've literally never heard of, who the entire field of English literature and poetry does not talk about anymore. But what's interesting there is less, knowing who he's critiquing and more knowing the substance of critique. Okay, at this point, can I add to the pile? And I would want Eastern Galicia. Let's try it. Worst case scenario, I don't get it. Where's Kelat? Is that one of the border ones? That's this. Oh, wait, no. Kelat's all the way down here. That was stupid. Whatever. Oh, man. They're fighting. The girls are fighting. I really wish Britain was better, considering they're supposed to be top dog of this game. No, we sad. I feel like I have another horse guy. He's doing things. Okay. I've probably lost so many people to attrition in this war, but it's okay because Russia is about making those people. Which feels a little bit incorrect in that, sure, Russia had a lot of people, but a lot of them lived here in this part, and the rest of Russia, including parts of here were less populous at times. Also, some of these regions, for some reason, fill up real fast, employee-wise. Employee sounds stupid, but that's the right word. Labor-wise. Employee makes it sound like I'm talking about, having a people working at, I don't know, CVS. Oh my god, Victorian paleontologists? Yes. Such petty people, such a ridiculous story. I think it's ridiculous and it's great. I am playing without mods because I've never played this with mods and I've heard they're good, but it just felt too late to learn, and the new game's coming out in like, I don't know, a month? Less than, about a month, maybe slightly more. For me, maybe less, maybe, possibly. So I don't know. Didn't bother learning mods. Also, I guess there's some weird part of me that's like, well, I need to be like playing the vanilla experience to understand it. And then I'm like, well, now I understand the vanilla experience. And I just get trapped in that death loop. So actually, you can go there. You're already almost there, but whatever. And you can bonk these guys, I guess. I know you're all horses, but they're all something else. They're all cannons. That's right, that's the third position. Cute. Now I can siege Linz. I should have stopped Prussia from getting into here, because now they're going to want Moravia. Oh my god, that's going to be such a border. That's going to be a border and a half. Just this, cutting through here. Well, yeah, I've heard good things about HPM. I'm bad at bothering with things. Let's split these in half. You can go here and you can go here. There's not a front line anymore. France is eventually going to turn around from whatever the hell's going on over here and start attacking us. But, I think it's going okay so far. It's not exactly a blitzkrieg or anything, but Austria has no military strength. Somehow we have tons and yet are doing very little. Part of that's because I'm lazy and bad. The Ottomans are somehow awful, and I know they're in decline, but come on. Yeah, see, I love the American drive to create the Fibonacci sequence out of Canada, and I wish that I could be so bold. So that's why I actually play vanilla, because I love that, and you can't tell me I'm wrong for loving something. Is there a Prussian stack under me? Yes, because I would never leave 43 people there to languish. I don't know if being hyper afraid of attrition in this game, or just being like, it's whatever, is really good or bad. I think it's probably that attrition hits really hard in this one because of things like resources, but RP plans, I might try and see if I can actually go through a liberalized development era, and see if that actually works for once, which I don't think it will. But then again, Russia does have tremendous industrial potential in this game. You just need to, it'll kind of run itself once it gets, oh, that reminds me, I was building capitalists somewhere. 0.7%. Let's see if they've been doing anything. Projects. A lumber mill and liquor. Those are both, is it shift click or control click? Control. And then is it shift the whole thing? All projects, yes. Okay. Just fund this and see how it goes. I know I don't have the literacy. God forgive me. Well, this is riveting gameplay. Clicking this a million times to slowly fund it as things get onto the market. There we go. Oh, Austria? probably hemorrhaging people. Let's find out. Where's the one with the little guys? The little guys. Here it is. They are, yes, Uruguay. Yes, sick. Love it. Love when Uruguay becomes massive. That's my favorite gameplay for some reason. I just really love the idea of Uruguay becoming like a mega city, like a cyberpunk utopia in the steampunk times. They are really raking it in. That is a lot of people moving to Austria. The United States is probably also getting a fair few. Oh, another thing about the Mexico gameplay that I didn't bring up is this little border with Belize means that if the UK starts to go through like the death spiral of revolutions. Oh. Okay, well that's happening. If the UK starts to go through the revolutionary death spiral of anarcho-liberals or whatever, and they start just taking a beating from occupations, this border means that Mexico is more likely to get immigrants from Britain than not. I mean, obviously the United States sometimes has a border with them depending on how Canada shakes out. But it can be pretty good for Mexico, and you can end up with a non-zero British population, which is kind of funny. I think I'm going to call it right now. So I'll save this and maybe do this again, or we'll end up playing Victoria 3, depending on what goes on. But that's it for now, I guess. Bye. Sudden? I don't... Oh, well.